Hi guys, my name is Confetti and today I have for you the 5 decks you simply must try in the new Beyond the Bandlewood expansion. First, I want to start off with 2 disclaimers. The first is, these decks are all still experimental, no one knows what the best deck list is. If you're a free-to-play player, you might want to hold off on crafting all of these cards until the meta settles and we know what the best versions of these deck lists are. Secondly, if you just want to win some games, go play aggro. It's well known that in every card game when we get a new meta, everyone tries out the new fun stuff with unrefined deck lists. If you're here just for the strongest deck on day 1, play pirate aggro or discard aggro, and go beat people up on ladder. Although, let's face it, you want to do something a little bit more fun, that's why you're here. The first deck I want to bring to you is Poppy Tristana Bandle Tree. This deck has a very viable go wide beatdown strategy, especially if you manage to get a level champion alongside a Mirai Warden or Petty Officer. However, despite being an aggressively slanted deck, we still have a very real grindy game plan. The Bandle Tree gives us an alternate win con as well as helping generate a bunch of extra card advantage, especially combined with cards such as Curious Shellfork or Hidden Pathways. It means that we will literally never run out of gas. Activating the alternate win condition itself is actually very easy in this deck. In the main deck alone we're packing 7 regions, and almost every card is not only a 2-for-1, but helps us find an extra way to get a card from another region. This means that we'll be able to quickly get those Bandle Tree triggers, and we're actually able to activate the Bandle Tree as quickly as turn 6 with a good curve and more than a little bit of luck. This one is for fans of Star Spring decks, go wide strategies, or just lovers of anything cute and fluffy. This next one is for anyone who believes every problem can be solved with a hammer. It's Poppy Jarvan Midrange. This deck focuses on using challenger units which all benefit from Poppy and her followers' abilities to control the board whilst pushing damage onto the opponent's nexus. We start out with an aggressive tempo plan and can become very aggressive with a buffed up Pompous Cavalier and rally effects. However, we are easily able to flex into a more value oriented game plan between our beefier challenger units, J4, and the card advantage that some of our units in the Hidden Pathways provide. This deck is for fans of established archetypes like Shen J4 or Shen Fiora, as well as anyone who just likes to play the good guys.
Do you miss the days of old? Back in the good old black and white days when you could sweep the opponent's board and drain 5 health from the Nexus, all for the low cost of 1 mana? Well, if you do, I have just the deck for you, old chap.
This deck, of course, is TF Senna Go Hard. In case you've missed it, Senna makes your slow speed damage and kill spells fast. This means you can put 2 Go Hards onto the stack at once to get a 1 mana Pack Your Bags. This deck list is not too dissimilar from the ones that we know and love. We have obviously dropped Elise for Senna to give us a little bit more of a controlling game plan, as well as to get us those discounted Pack Your Bags. We are also running Demacian Sentinel. In this deck, it is essentially just a better Jagged Butcher. We will almost always have killed a unit with a spell, whether it's one of our own with a Glimpse Beyond, our opponents with a Go Hard or something else, and it gets fearsome. It's much easier to trigger. We're also running the Solari Sentinel, just to be able to get that nice little 2-for-1 out of it, a one-off catalogue of regrets just to make sure that we don't run out of cards, and then the rest of it, you know it, you love it. If you like Go Hard the first time around, or if you missed it and you want to give it a go, absolutely drop in with this. I think this is probably the best version of the deck that we will find, but there is definitely room to play with it and refine this list. Our penultimate deck is an archetype I've been trying to make happen for the longest time. Discard Midrange.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen.
This deck utilises the discard package to allow for explosive turn 1 players, as well as to generate card advantage over time. This deck allows you to slap your opponent in the face for 11 on turn 2, as well as somehow managing to give the hulking monstrosity Sion elusive is an alternate win con if you ever needed that. Combine this explosive threat with looting effects from Zonite Urchin, Sump Dredger and the new Grave Physician, and amazing discard fodder such as Lost Soul, Reborn Grenadier and Ballistic Bots Ignites. It's a deck that has potential at any phase of the game. If you like discard aggro or Ezreal Draven and want to try something a little bit different, this is probably going to be a good pick for you. Plus you'll have half of the cards crafted already, so what are you waiting for? At number 1 we have the deck that I'm most looking forward to this expansion. For those who want to channel their inner Winnie the Bish and earn the title of Pranksinatra, we have Fizz, Nami, Pranks. This deck threatens our opponents quickly with a board of ever-growing elusives thanks to Nami, while disrupting our opponent's plans with generated pranks as well as discounted monster harpoons. However, this is not a simple beatdown elusives deck. No, as it has a very real possibility to grind out games utilising the curious Shellfork to steal cards from our opponents via pranks, and insanely cheap card draw once we activate hidden pathways. We even have the potential for a 1-turn kill using Mind Meld. A favourite synergy of mine is on turn 2 using a banked spell mana to jailbreak a 1-cost follower, followed up with an elusive Mirai Songstress for that sweet elusive threat. This deck will be a big hit for anyone who is a fan of spells matter and tempo strategies. It's one that I personally am looking forward to playing on ladder, and I can't wait to see you there. If you want to see gameplay or deck techs of any of the decks in this video, then subscribe because I'll be putting out content with in-depth deck techs as well as gameplay of all of the decks, and you can also catch me on Twitch. All of the links will be down in the description below. I hope to see you soon.